What if you saw your friend taken by something not of this world? Would you run? Would you tell anyone? And if you did, who would believe you? Tonight on Parafiles X, we delve into one of the most compelling and controversial alien abduction cases in history. A story backed by 6 eyewitnesses who all passed polygraph tests. A story of a man who vanished for 5 days and returned with a tale that would change his life forever. This is the story of Travis Walton and how he says it happened. November 5th, 1975, the Apache-Sitgreaves National Forest in Arizona. The sun had set and a 7-man logging crew was heading home after a long day. In the truck, driven by crew chief Mike Rogers, were Travis Walton, Ken Peterson, John Goulet, Steve Pierce, Alan Dallas and Dwayne Smith. As they drove, a strange light pierced the twilight sky. It wasn't a plane and it wasn't the moon.
We saw this light. It was a very bright yellowish-white light. It was hovering over the trees about 100 feet away. It was a saucer-shaped craft and it was completely silent.
22-year-old Travis Walton, against the shouts of his friends, jumped out of the truck to get a closer look.
I told him to get back in the truck, we all did, but Travis, he was mesmerized. He walked right up to it.
What happened next would sear itself into the memories of the 6 men left in that truck.
Then we saw a beam of light shoot out from the bottom of the craft. It hit Travis. He just flew back. His arms and legs were outstretched, and he was thrown back through the air. We thought he was dead. We were terrified.
Panic erupted. The men in the truck sped away, leaving their friend behind, but their fear was quickly replaced by guilt. They turned back, but it was too late. The craft was gone, and so was Travis Walton. The loggers raced to the nearest town and reported what they had seen. The authorities were immediately skeptical. A missing man and a wild story about a UFO? It sounded like a cover-up for murder. For 5 days, a massive search was conducted. Law enforcement volunteers and helicopters scoured the forest. They found nothing. The pressure on the 6 eyewitnesses was immense. They were the prime suspects. To prove their innocence, they all agreed to take a polygraph test. The results were stunning. 5 of them passed with flying colors. The 6th was deemed inconclusive, but the examiner stated he believed the man was telling the truth. Then on the night of November 10th, 5 days after he vanished, Travis Walton reappeared. He made a frantic phone call to his sister from a payphone in Heber, Arizona. He was weak, dehydrated, and terrified.
I woke up on a table. There was this heavy feeling all over my body. I was in a room, and there were these beings looking down at me. They weren't human. They were short, with large hairless heads and huge eyes. They didn't say anything. They just looked.
Travis says he panicked. He fought back, and the beings retreated. He found himself in what he described as a star chart room, a large circular chamber with a domed ceiling that looked like a planetarium.
There was a chair in the center of the room. On the armrest, there was a screen, and when I moved a lever, a 3-dimensional map of the stars appeared. It was incredible.
His incredible journey didn't end there. He claims a human-like figure in a blue uniform then led him to another, larger craft where he saw other humans before blacking out and waking up on the side of the road. Travis Walton returned to a world that was both fascinated and deeply skeptical of his story. He had lost weight, had a small puncture mark on his arm, and for days could barely speak of the terror he had endured. 6 men who saw their friend taken, a man who returned with an impossible story, and a mystery that endures to this day. Was Travis Walton the victim of an alien abduction or the architect of an elaborate hoax? The eyewitnesses never changed their stories, even under intense scrutiny. What do you think happened in the forests of Arizona in 1975? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the unknown on Parafiles X.